Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. This is the downtown Kato Paphos Harbour, and I tell you what, it really is a spectacality of a day indeed. As you start to understand, you look out, the sky is blue, the sea is blue, Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. That must mean one thing, all that is missing is you. So come on, get yourself on a big bird, or a canoe, or perhaps a kayak, and start paddling like crazy to downtown Kato paradise. Yep, we're on the island of love, which of course is Cyprus. It's got a very, very fond place in many people's hearts. Perhaps if your name is Sir Steve, perhaps there's an Mandy in your life who makes you sandwiches every single day, except for Sunday, because of course that's her day off. You could be the greatest car bodywork man in the world, but one thing's for sure, you love to come to Paphos. And of course you come around about 4 times a year. In a few more weeks' time, you'll be getting on that big bird and jetting into Paphos, and we will be waiting for you in the downtown Kato Paphos promenade and harbour area. There's the promenade. There's an awful lot of people walking around. They're getting ready to go for their lunch, or perhaps just a drink, or perhaps just to walk around, because it really is a spectacality of a place indeed. Big shout out to one of the new girls on the block. That's our girl, Lady Cheryl, and a big shout out to Sir Peter. They're all the way from downtown in South Wales, and they live in a place called Six Bells. And I've got a feeling that Peter might be knocking 6 bells out of me next time he comes to Paphos. You never know. But we had a great chat in the Pelican restaurant last night, and of course sitting with us was the Nantwich crew. That's the girl in charge, of course. That is our Lady Jessica, the man who thinks he's in charge, our Lord Simon, and of course with them was their 2 superstars, Princess Meghan, and of course my little mate, who's still little at the moment, and that is our gangster. And of course we were also joined by the girl in charge of the show. Of course, that's our one and only Dame Anne. A spectacality of a night indeed, there's no doubt about that. And of course, if you do see us sitting in the Kato Paphos Harbour, particularly in the Pelican restaurant, why not pull up a chair, sit down and chew the fat. And of course, we'll find out that little bit about you, and you can find out that little bit about us. Let's take a little trek through downtown Kato Paphos, the promenade and the harbour area, and let's cast our eye on 1 or 2 of the improvements that have been taking place. The pavements in this area, as you may have noticed, have now been completed. New steps have been put in up to the shops on this side, and this part here now by T for 2, look, all the pavements are done. So very, very rapidly now progress is taking place. This little piece here now coming up on the left is the last part to do. Some little bits have been done and they're filling in the little blanks. These are going to be giant planters and of course sitting areas. There's going to be new street lights. In some cases they've already been fitted. They haven't quite finished up this area, and of course there's going to be planting areas. It's going to be spectacular, by the way. It really, really is. And of course all the bars and restaurants and all the businesses are going to be back on song very, very soon indeed. And of course you'll have easy access. There's brand new zebra crossings everywhere. This is like a seating area and a park area on the left hand side, and I tell you what, it's going to be fabulous. There's some guys working very, very hard indeed. And remember, the temperature as we speak is 29 degrees. Imagine putting that concrete down and troweling it nice and smooth. And then of course you've got to barricade it off to make sure idiots like Mr. Paul don't go and put their blue shoes into it. But luckily for me, I've got a girl in downtown Norfolk that likes to bring me a pair of blue shoes now and again. I think she's back from her vacation now, and of course getting ready to go back to work probably in the next couple of days, but she's getting very, very excited indeed, because of course very, very soon indeed the schools will close down and the summer holidays will start, and they'll be capped off by a visit to downtown Kato Paphos in August, and she'll be cooking on the beach, and you never know, she might even be strutting a step down the Kato Paphos promenade with her man, of course, our great friend, Lord of the Mart, and he likes a peacock or 2. So this is downtown Kato Paphos. We're now going to head along the Hotels Road, as we call it. We call it that because, of course, there's more hotels on this road than anywhere else in Paphos. And to say Passidonis Avenue is, you can't get your tongue around it, can you? So Hotels Road. This area here now is called the Triangle. So if you're in a hotel out here, perhaps the first place you're going to come for a drink, the first watering hole, may be somewhere around here. There's Romeo's Taverna on the right hand side, and he's still looking for his Juliet. And that's the Avanti Hotel right in front of us, and that's where Cheryl and of course Peter are staying as we speak. That in front of us is the Olympic Lagoon, 5-star luxury beachside resort, and I'll tell you what, it really is a spectacality of a hotel indeed. Do you want a quick look at the blue Mediterranean Sea? I bet you do. Come on, let's sneak down this little area here, and you can feast your eyes and digest upon the blueness, because that sky is blue. The sea, I promise you, is very, very blue indeed. Mr. Paul, you guessed it, he's dressed head to toe in blue. All that's missing is you. So come on, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe or perhaps a kayak and start paddling like crazy, because this is downtown Paphos, and this Gumbaru is pondering what to do. Okay, now he's going to reverse in there. Fair enough, but why didn't you indicate to let the person behind you know? Oh, I hadn't even noticed there was a person behind me. Exactly, and he's making a bit of a hash of it. There we go. Well, we'll watch him try and park, shall we? Bit of fun and games on the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. Now he's changed his mind because he's realised he was a bit of an idiot. But there you go. Perhaps he's going for an ice cream just over there. That's Rambo Whippy. If you want a spectacality of a nice soft ice cream, perhaps with a bit of sauce on it, or perhaps with a flake in it. Yeah. And Lady Andrea, that's where you could be going. So let's keep going on our trek. We'll find out what this Gumbaru is doing. I think he's confused and now he feels embarrassed. Yeah, you've only got a small car, haven't you? You couldn't get it in there. Mr. Paul could get this car in there, but never mind. We're going to keep going on our trek, and of course we are heading out along the Hotels Road. So let's get to do a 25-point turn here, and you can feast your eyes and digest upon the blueness on the blue Mediterranean Sea, or perhaps ponder on getting one of those. What's that he's eating? What is it? Looks nice actually. Nice and colourful, doesn't it? Yeah. Perhaps if the superstar known as Gangster Max is watching, does he remember the chocolate ice cream that Mr. Paul got him from the Jalalovo in the harbour? I bet he does, because that's his favourite ice cream. Although he does get more on his face than everywhere else, to be honest. So his mum, Lady Jessica, is constantly running around making sure he's clean. And I handed out a tissue or two last night. Hopefully they're going to join us in the Kato Paphos Harbour area tonight, and we'll have a spectacality of an evening. Unfortunately, they're going to be leaving the Island of Love in a day or so, but Mr. Paul will make sure they have a nice safe trip to the Paphos Airport, because I like to help out my friends now and again. So, back onto Hotels Road. We've got tea for two and a bunch of restaurants on the right-hand side. And as we keep on going, we'll mention one or two of the places along the way. If you take a right down there, just before the spread of shops, you go to the Louis Imperial Hotel. Who's coming to stay there? Let me have a little think. Well, there's a man who's going to be buying a diamond ring going to be staying there. So that must mean we're talking about the Matt of the Dyers. Yes, Sir Matt. You're going to be flexing your flexible friend and grabbing the hand of our girl and your girl, of course, our Lady Sally, because she desperately wants to change from a Briars to a Dyers. So be a good boy. Otherwise, there's a trip up to the mountains, or perhaps a dip in the blue Mediterranean Sea coming very, very soon for you. Only joking. No, I'm not. Anyway, what have we got here? That's the Leonardo Plaza Cypriot Maris. Who stayed there? Well, my superstar from downtown in Krakow, Poland, the greatest lawyer in the world. She stayed there, and of course if she was there, that must mean that Dr. Tomas was with her, and of course their son and our great friend, the destined to be greatest lawyer in the world. Of course, that's our Sir Bart. Who else stayed there? I know. Tony stayed there with his girl, Lady Gosha. And of course, not long ago, the man in charge of all of the cigars, that's Baron Von Cigar, Lord of the Martin, he was in there as well, with his girl, the greatest accountant in the world, our Lady Victoria. And they're coming back again very, very soon. And of course, he's going to go on a cigar quest, and Lady Victoria is going to read a book and lap up some of those rays. So, here we go. Let's keep going, because we're going to get to Rikos Beach, which in this area of downtown Kato Paphos, I mean, don't get me wrong, you've got plenty of little hidden coves on the coastal pathway to the rear of all the hotels. But the biggest beach and the easiest beach, and there's beach bars and all those kind of things, is just up the road a little bit, and it's called Rikos Beach. Why is it called Rikos Beach? Because there was a man a long, long time ago that opened the first beach bar on there. He called it Rikos Beach Bar, and from that moment on, it became known as Rikos Beach. Sounds much nicer than Yereskipu Municipality Beach, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And I promise you, if you pop into Rikos Beach Bar, there'll be a chilled Kio beer, or perhaps an iced latte, waiting especially for you. So let's start shouting out to the guys that like to come back every single day for their little fix on the little channel known as Marika and me. Lord of the Jake, Calimera to you. So Daniel, Calimera to you. A big shout out to the girl who's always right. That's our girl, Lady Sherry. Right. Big shout out to Lord of the Inaldo in downtown south of France, and of course to his girl, Lady Sylvie. You'll be grabbing her by the hand soon, getting on a big bird and jetting into downtown Paphos. And of course his mum will be coming as well. That's our girl, Lady Teresa Marie. She makes the greatest and fastest pasta in the world, because of course she's from Modena, which is famous for making Ferraris, but it's famous for making her as well. And on top of that, she can make a cake that's quite simply worth dying for. Look at that, 2 boats out in the sea there, the Ocean Vision, and of course the Jolly Roger, both operated, by the way, by Paphos Sea Cruises. If you go on a boat trip in the harbour, don't forget to mention the words Marika and me, because more often than not, they'll give you something for free or a discount. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, you know what you do. Smash the like, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a single penny, but it just keeps you coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness, and it helps YouTube to understand that perhaps we are that little bit more popular than YouTube thinks. So they recommend the channel to more like-minded people like yourselves. But of course, if you'd like to keep the channel afloat, if you'd like to say a big thank you to us, and then we can say a big thank you to you, why not go hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Google these magic words: Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me. Marika and me, Buy Me a Coffee. Up will come our landing page. You can read a little bit more about us. You can choose to read some of the comments. Lots of people like to do that, don't they? They like to find out what other people's views are. And guess what? You're going to find there's a lot of people with a lot of nice views of a little channel of Marika and me. And then perhaps you could gift us that virtual coffee or two. Perhaps if you want a birthday shout out, a couple of coffees is all it will cost. And of course that person in your life, or yourself, or your cat, or your dog, will get that special shout out. And you never know, you might get to join the Marika and me crew. So big shout out to, who should we shout out to? I know, there's a girl in downtown South Wales, and she does love to get a little bit of brightness in her life. She's coming to Paphos very, very soon indeed. She's coming with the man of her dreams, and his name is Sir Jace. So that must mean we're talking about Lady Whitney. We'll be waiting, Lady Whitney and Sir Jace, and it can't come soon enough. Let's get to the end, and let's let you feast your eyes and digest upon the brightness and all the blueness in downtown Paphos. And I tell you what, there's a few people having a spectacality of a day indeed. Feast your eyes and digest. Thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe, and please don't forget to keep coming back for that little bit more of Mr. Paul's complete and utter madness. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. That's a big bird up in the sky, and that's unfortunately some people going back to their motherland, but hopefully that big bird will turn around and bring 200 people back to downtown paradise. There you go. That could be the next Ronaldo chucking the football at probably the girl that is the girl of his dreams. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again very, very soon indeed. Let's get this big boy lit up. I tell you what, life doesn't get much better than sitting in an air-conditioned car, smoking a big boy cigar as you look out into that, the blue Mediterranean Sea.